It is Wow Wednesday special, where we will be popping in once or twice on a random Wednesday during the month for a special recipe. So if you're ready, let's get to cooking. Welcome back to Cooking with Kayla D. I'm Kayla D, and that's my husband Randy. Today we're going to be making Jalapeño Cheeseburger Egg Rolls. For today's recipe, you'll need 1 pound of ground beef, 1/2 chopped onion, 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 package of spring or egg roll wraps, 10 slices of American cheese, 1/2 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of water to seal your wraps. Optional ingredients are 1/3 cup each of chopped pickled jalapeños or dill pickles or both, salt and pepper to taste. Start with 1 teaspoon each and add more as needed. Also, if you're going to deep fry these, you'll want to have some cooking oil on hand. I used my air fryer, so I just needed some cooking spray. Sauce ingredients, you'll need 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 5 tablespoons of pickled jalapeno juice, 1 package of Fiesta ranch mix. Optional ingredients, to add a little bit of water to thin your sauce out if needed. With this, I use a teaspoon of water at a time till I get the proper consistency I'm looking for. And at this point, you want to put a skillet over medium-high heat and get that to where it's pretty warm, and then you'll want to break your meat up and stick it in at this point. That way your meat can get a texture on it. If you put it in the pan and then start it, you will not get that nice crusty texture. You want that pan nice and warm and up to temperature. And once you have all your meat in the pan and you can hear that sizzle, go ahead and take your dry seasonings and add those to your meat. Sprinkle it all around so it gets everywhere. Then go ahead and add in your chopped onion and the rest of your wet ingredients to your meat, and go ahead and stir that around so everything gets evenly dispersed within your meat mixture. Continue to cook that over medium-high heat until the ground beef is fully cooked through. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and get a container and put our mixture into the container, and we'll go ahead and get this into the refrigerator. You want this to cool for 20 minutes to an hour before filling your egg roll wraps. You can also put this in the refrigerator for a day or two, or you can freeze it and then pull it out and use it at that point. The options are up to you. Next, I got my egg roll wrappers out and my cheese all lined up, and then I'm going to go ahead and get to filling my egg rolls. I laid down my wrapper first and the cheese in the same direction in the center. Then I take my water in a dish with a brush and I gently brush my water on all the edges all the way around. Then I go ahead and get my meat mixture, and I put 2 to 3 tablespoons of meat, or about 1/8 of a cup of the ground beef mixture in there. And that's how I do mine. And I did use egg roll wraps for this particular recipe because we wanted a thicker, heavier duty wrap on it. It was our first time making these cheeseburger egg roll wraps with the jalapenos in it. So go ahead and you do that first roll over the top, then you pull in the sides, then you go ahead and just roll it right up, and then you can kind of press around to make sure it's sealed, and you'll just repeat the process until you have all 10 of your egg rolls ready to go. You want to do this on a dry surface or put some flour down so those egg roll wrappers do not stick to your counter or your mat, whatever you're choosing to use. Just make sure not to overstuff them and to tuck those sides in really well. If your egg roll wrapper tears, go ahead and start over and just use a new egg roll wrap. Once you have all your egg rolls done, you'll want to place those egg rolls to the side. I'm going to go ahead and do my sauce at this point because I'm air frying mine. But you can do your sauce while your mixture is cooling. I do my mayonnaise and my sour cream and get that all into my bowl. And then once I have my sour cream and my mayonnaise, then I'll add the rest of my ingredients. Just an FYI, this may not match up to the ingredients I listed in the recipe because I did a half sauce recipe for just me and my husband. I didn't want to make too much sauce. And then here I'm adding in my pickled jalapeno juice. So that's probably why the measurements are off from your point of view. And once I have that in there, I'll get my Fiesta ranch seasoning. And I'm just going to add a couple tablespoons of that because, again, I'm just doing that little half recipe. So I think I did like a tablespoon and a half of that. And go ahead and get my whisk and get that stirred up. And like I said, as you're stirring, if you need that consistency to thin down, then you will just add a teaspoon of water at a time, stirring in 1 teaspoon at a time till you get the consistency that you want. I did have to add 3 teaspoons of water to mine because, as you can see here in the video, I'm going to go ahead and put it into a plastic squeeze bottle so I can drizzle the sauce lightly on top of the egg rolls when they're done, and then also have it in a little cup for dipping in case my husband wants some extra sauce. But it's very easy. And these little bottles you can actually get at Walmart, and I'll go ahead and have a link in the description box for these squeeze bottles. When I got mine, it was under $1. I don't know what they are now, but I'll have the link down there for you in case you want to get one. So here is our sauce with the lid on it. And now we're going to get to our air fryer. You want to spray that down if you're going to be air frying your egg rolls. If not, you're going to want to get your pot out and start your oil and get that on high so you can go ahead and start deep frying. I also spray my egg rolls down when air frying. So if you're doing the air fryer recipe, you want to spray your egg rolls down to make sure that they are covered in the oil, and then you'll want to flip them and then spray the other side of your egg rolls as well. That way you're getting that texture of a deep fried egg roll and it's not all dried out. Otherwise they will come out to where they're pasty and dry. It's just your preference, whatever you choose to do and what is good for what you and your family like. So now I'm going to go ahead and place my egg rolls into my air fryer. I have an extra large power air fryer, so I can line 4 up and then put one the opposite direction at the bottom of each side. And I generally just keep my baskets connected. It's just a lot easier when cooking because we tend to cook our whole meal in the air fryer when we use it. So I could fit 10 into my air fryer, as you can see. And so I put that in. I'm going to go ahead and set my air fryer. Mine doesn't need to be preheated. I put it on 400 degrees and I set it for 20 minutes. And for my air fryer, I have to actually go to the other basket, set it for 20 and hit the sync button. It could be another way to make it easy, but that's just how I know how to do it. And now our egg rolls are done. And as you can see, oh my gosh, they look so good. They were so crispy and delicious. Thank you for joining us on Wow Wednesday special. We hope to see you again soon and hope you love these egg rolls. They were superb. Thank you for being here on Cooking with Kayla D. My husband and I really appreciate your support and hope that you enjoy these recipes we share. From Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, until next time, friends, God bless and have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Some trust in chariots, and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Psalm 20, verse 7.
My disclaimer: